In a sport where only the toughest thrive, Chris "the Crippler" Leben etched his name as one of MMA's most relentless warriors. Known for his unbreakable chin, knockout power, and never-back-down attitude, Chris became a fan favorite. From dramatic comebacks to jaw-dropping knockouts, he delivered moments that left us speechless. Today, we dive into 6 of Chris Leben's most iconic finishes, showcasing the grit and glory of one of MMA's most memorable fighters. The Ultimate Fighter Final: Leben vs. Aaron Simpson. Chris Leben faced Aaron Simpson at the Ultimate Fighter 11 final, taking on a man with an impeccable 8-0 record and a reputation for dominance in wrestling, taking Leben down multiple times and controlling the fight. But Chris's striking and resilience kept him in the fight. He absorbed damage and refused to give in. UFC 82: Leben vs. Alessio Sakara. At UFC 82, Chris Leben took on Alessio Sakara and precise combinations. Smelling blood, Chris launched into a furious assault, throwing a barrage of punches that left Sakara defenseless. The crowd roared as Chris celebrated one of his most memorable knockouts. It earned him the coveted Knockout of the Night bonus and added another spectacular finish to his growing highlight reel. UFC 132: Leben vs. Wanderlei Silva. When Chris Leben was matched against Wanderlei Silva at UFC 132, fans knew they were in for a battle of legends. Silva, one of the most feared fighters in MMA history, was known for his ferocious striking and ability to finish fights in brutal fashion. Leben, on the other hand, was a younger mirror image of Silva, an aggressive brawler with a granite chin and knockout power. The stage was set for a clash that promised fireworks. The fight didn't disappoint. As the bell rang, both fighters met in the center of the octagon and wasted no time exchanging heavy shots. Wanderlei came out swinging, but it was Chris who landed the first significant blow, a left hook that rocked Silva. Smelling blood, Chris pounced, unleashing a relentless flurry of punches and knees. Silva tried to cover up, but Chris's pressure was too much. In just 27 seconds, Chris landed a final barrage that sent Wanderlei crumbling to the mat. The referee stepped in, and Chris Leben had secured one of the biggest wins of his career. The knockout was shocking not just because of its speed, but because it came against a legend like Silva. Fans erupted, and Leben's stock soared as he added another iconic moment to his legacy. It was the ultimate statement of his power and determination. WEC Middleweight Championship: Leben vs. Mike Swick. Chris Leben's journey to becoming the first ever WEC middleweight champion was nothing short of spectacular. In January 2004, he faced Mike Swick, an undefeated rising star with a reputation for explosive striking and athleticism. The fight was a clash of styles: Swick's speed and precision versus Leben's relentless pressure and knockout power. From the opening bell, both fighters engaged in a high-paced battle. Swick tried to keep his distance, using his jab and movement to avoid Leben's heavy punches. But Chris, as always, refused to back down. He pressed forward, absorbing shots to close the distance and unleash his own offense. In the second round, the fight took a dramatic turn. Chris landed a crushing left hook that staggered Swick, sending him reeling. Smelling blood, Leben swarmed him with a barrage of punches, forcing the referee to step in and stop the fight. Chris Leben was crowned the WEC middleweight champion, and his victory marked the beginning of a storied career filled with memorable moments. The win showcased Chris's ability to thrive under pressure and to his toughness as he walked through Swick's best shots to secure the finish. For fans, it was the birth of a legend. UFC 138: Leben vs. Mark Mugoz. Chris Leben faced Mark Mugoz in the main event of UFC 138, the first ever 5-round, non-title fight in UFC history. The bout was highly anticipated, with Mugoz bringing his elite wrestling and ground-and-pound skills to counter Leben's renowned brawling style. Both fighters were known for their toughness, making this clash a thrilling encounter. The fight began with both men showcasing their strengths. Mugoz worked diligently to use his wrestling to control the pace, while Leben looked for opportunities to land his devastating left hook. Despite being taken down multiple times, Chris kept pushing forward, making Mugoz work for every position. On the feet, Leben landed heavy strikes, and for a moment, it seemed as though the fight could swing in his favor. However, as the rounds progressed, Muñoz's relentless pressure and powerful ground and pound began to take their toll on Chris. By the end of the second round, Leben's face was battered, and his vision was severely compromised due to a cut near his eye. Still, in true Chris Leben fashion, he refused to quit. It was only after his corner decided to stop the fight that the bout was called off, giving Muñoz the victory via TKO. Though he lost, the fight highlighted Chris's trademark grit and willingness to keep fighting, no matter the odds. His ability to push through adversity earned him the respect of fans and fighters alike, even in defeat. UFC Fight Night 11. Leben vs. Terry Martin. At UFC Fight Night 11, Chris Leben delivered one of the most dramatic comeback victories of his career against Terry Martin, a powerful striker with dangerous knockout ability. The fight started with Martin dominating the action, landing heavy punches and pushing Chris onto the back foot. Leben appeared to be in trouble early, as Martin's power shots repeatedly found their mark. As the fight progressed, it seemed Martin was well on his way to a decision victory or a potential finish. However, Chris Leben's ability to absorb punishment and stay dangerous at all times came into play. Late in the third round, Martin began to slow down, his hands dropping ever so slightly, a mistake that would prove costly. Out of nowhere, Chris landed a thunderous left hook that rocked Martin and sent him stumbling backward. Smelling blood, Leben pushed forward, landing another powerful shot that dropped Martin to the canvas. The referee stepped in, and Chris Leben had pulled off an unforgettable knockout victory. This fight perfectly encapsulated what made Chris Leben a fan favorite: his never-give-up attitude and ability to turn a fight around in an instant. It was a moment that left the crowd roaring and cemented his reputation as one of the most exciting fighters in MMA history. UFC 132. Leben vs. Yoshihiro Akiyama. Chris Leben faced Yoshihiro Akiyama at UFC 132. Stepping in on short, sensing the finish, Leben unleashed a flurry of punches and ground and pound that forced the referee to step in. The UFC 125. Leben vs. Brian Stann. Regardless of the odds, though he didn't emerge victorious, this fight was a testament to Chris's legacy as a fighter who never backed down from a challenge. Chris Leben's career was a thrilling mix of heart, grit, and unforgettable knockouts. He fought every fight with passion, earning his place as a fan favorite and a true MMA legend. If you enjoyed this dive into the Crippler's journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on your favorite moment.